Mr. Bass, and get your fish on live. And you might be saying, where's get your fish on? Good question. Where's he at? He's supposed to be on. I'm sure he'll be on here any minute. We've also got a guest tonight. Mike Dove from Thunderhawk Lures will be joining us in short order. And this should be fun. He sent me a box of Thunderhawk Lures, and I am going to go through those tonight on the show. And then he will give us his input on all of the amazing Thunderhawk designs he has in his under his belt. In fact, here he is now. He's just got on. I will bring him on here. Looks like he's got looks a little dark there, but let's see how he looks like when we put him on. What up, Mike?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, that's a good looking hat you got on there. Yeah, I can see you.
Hey, thanks, Mike. You as well. Yeah, we tried a little hotel room down in Florida. It's near, to say the least.
Yeah. We'll that's all right.
That better?
Not a problem. Yeah, that's a little better. So how you been? Man, you're I don't know if your signal's got a problem. I can't hear you now.
Okay.
Got a little technical situation going.
I got one. Good.
Okay, we'll check the comments here and see if they can hear you. I'm having
fish, I guess.
Right on. Well, fishing comes first. Fishing comes first for sure. So you're down in Florida this week. Yeah, we can't.
We fine now.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't hear anything before that. Gramp says someone got that Dizzle Walmart internets. Yeah, your signal's really not very good at all. Very choppy, everybody says, cutting in and out. Anyway, we'll let him mess with that a little bit, and hopefully Steve will be on here in a minute. I talked to Steve, and I know he's going to be on the show. So we'll just see. Yeah, you might want to turn your Wi-Fi off on your phone and just use your phone connection. I don't know. That might help, Mike. Might not either. You never know. So we've got some cool stuff. Obviously, before we get into that, if we can hear Mike, I wanted to ask him a few questions about Thunderhawk before we get into any of the baits. I'm going to move him over to the other side so the logo's not on his head. And looks like right now his signal's worse than it was. I can see how many bars he's got. He's got 2 bars right now, according to my deal here. So that's probably causing the problem. Ruben waiting on snow, dude. We're supposed to get 7 inches of snow tonight and tomorrow. That's a lot of snow for this part of the world. Not looking forward to that at all. I don't mind snow if I go visit snow, but I don't want snow at home. That sucks. So, what up, Matthew? How'd you guys like Matthew's live stream last night? Any of you guys watch it? Those legal dope swim baits, man, they're pretty nice. Okay, Mike hopped off for a second. He's going to redo his deal and see if we can get him back on. Yeah, fishing with Gramps. It was 65 here today. Get this, tomorrow at noon, the real field temp is going to be minus 11. Minus 11. Are you freaking kidding me? Larry Hoggins, or the hunt for Larry Hoggins. Yes, I do have some Thunderbellies to show off. Yes, I do. He sent me several of the Thunderbelly swim baits, which I think might be one of the coolest products that Thunderhawk has, without a doubt. Yeah. All right, he's back on. Let's see here if he's got any better luck there. All right, you're back on, Mike. At least a picture of you back on. We. Oh man, you gotta love internet. I mean, it's just like, until I hardwired my computer, man, my live streams were disasters. You know, 1 minute it'd be great, the next minute my picture would be frozen, or they couldn't hear me, or it's just crazy. Oh man, it may not work out for Mike tonight the way things are going.
Something else.
All right, cool. In the meantime, I'll talk a little bit about what else is going on. Tomorrow night, I got a video coming out, premiering, that you guys can hop on if you want. I'll chat with you during it. It's going to be my number one surprise lure of 2021 that kind of blew my mind. So you might want to check that out. Then Friday night, I'm probably going to be releasing the first of a 2-part video that I've been telling you guys I've been going to be doing for a long time, but I've actually got it ready now. So Friday night, I'll be putting out a video about my very best baits, or the baits I use the most to catch my 803 fish in 2021. So that'll be fun. And your picture looks a little better there, Mike. Jan's trying to guess what the bait is. Man, you're going to have to watch the video tomorrow and see. Well, this is a real downer if Mike's not going to be able to connect, because look, Mike's just sitting in a hotel room. You don't have anything to do. But we'll give him a few more minutes and see if the connection's any better. But right now we can't get any sound out of him at all, really. So that's disappointing. Disappointing. Yeah, Mike could do that. Mike, that's an option. You could maybe just talk to everybody on the chat, and we could disconnect you if you want to try that. It's not as good as being in person and live, but anyway, I've had a few phone conversations with Mike that have been really fun, because Mike is a true tackle nerd. He's a tackle junkie through and through. And listening to him talk about tackle is a lot of fun. Shannon's saying it's poltergeist. Could be, man. You never know. You never know. Or hotel Wi-Fi, man. Sometimes hotel Wi-Fi is terrible. Ed says you need to go to Steve Chapman's house, Mike. Maybe you could go to Steve Chapman's house and find him. Where the heck is he? Anywho. Okay, I don't think it's going to work, man. Does not seem to be doing anything. Alan says it's a Lucky Tackle Box internet. Probably so. If they got in the internet business, that's probably what it would look like. Oh man, what a doozy. What do you think, Mike? Do you want to try to just answer questions on the chat? That's true. You could. That's another thought. Alan's saying you could just call my phone, Mike, and I could put you on speakerphone. Then they could hear you that way, maybe. All right. I think he might do that. Let's see. See if he calls. Technology, man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And sometimes it's good. Sometimes it ain't good. Right? Yeah, Julie, go to the lobby. That's, sometimes the lobby internet's a little better. Who knows? We'll see if he comes back on. And yeah, wouldn't it be nice if it just worked all the time? What's crazy is even high dollar internet like I'm paying and where I'm hardwired in, even it doesn't work sometimes. I think Booster's got the technology problem figured out. It's a full moon tonight. That's got to be it, right? Full moon affects bass fishing in a good way. Maybe it just screws up technology completely. I don't know. You never know. You never know. Anyway, so before I'm kind of delaying talking about these baits just in case we can get Mike involved. But if not, I'll go ahead and dig in. But listening to him he designed a lot of these baits that I'm going to be showing you. And it's really interesting listening to him talk about his baits and how he designed them and all that kind of stuff. What up, Mark? How you doing? Guggen Internet. Guggen Internet might be really good. Super shiny. It just breaks a lot. Yeah, my bait buckets, I got them all setting up there, and usually I have them on the floor just so I can spin, but I took them up off the floor so I could walk around a little more here. And they're loaded, as you can see. They're overflowing right now. But hey, Matthew, how you doing, buddy? I wonder where Steve's at. Steve said he was driving, but that he'd be on. Hope he's all right. Hope he didn't because he hasn't sent me a text message or anything. Normally, if he's got an issue, he's going to he's going to shout out to me right away. Okay, we'll talk for a couple more minutes and then we'll get going. Yeah, maybe so, Frank. Competitors giving me thumbs down and trying to send me signals to jack with my internet. Could be, man. I'm not much of a threat, really. Quite frankly, I need a whole lot more subscribers to be any kind of a threat at all. All right, I got some exciting news, though. If any of you guys are Thunderhawk homies, you really love Thunderhawk, you want to get your hands on more Thunderhawk lures, and you want to save a little money, guess what? I've got a Thunderhawk code, Mr. Bass 20. you can go to the Thunderhawk Lures website and enter the code Mr. Bass 20, and you will get 20% off of your order. How about that? 20% off? Wow. I'll leave that up for a minute or two so you can look at it if you want a discount. And I'm guessing it's for everything on the website. We'll have to ask Mike to make sure. He gave me this code a few weeks ago, and I forgot to. I should have been using it more, letting you guys know about it more. But definitely gotta try it out tonight. Thanks, Larry. I'm assuming you're Larry. The Hunt for Larry Hoggins. Some of you guys have very creative YouTube names out there. All right. Okay. Let me talk first about a few baits that I think everybody has seen before and that everybody should probably go out and try. What up, Curly Q? How you doing? This time of year, especially as we're getting into spring, it's a good time to throw a lipless crankbait, especially if you're in an area with a lot of grass. Here he is, the one and only Steve. Don't call me late, Chapman.
Oh, look at the sunburn on my face.
Dude.
I just walked in the house. I didn't know I was that burnt. Oh my gosh.
Holy crap, dude. You look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Has Mike called?
Yeah, Mike was on, and his signal on his hotel internet was terrible. I mean, terrible. We couldn't even hear him. We could see his picture, but we could not hear him. So he hopped off, and hopefully he'll hop back on. I told him somebody suggested that he call my cell phone. So I said, hey, why don't you try calling the cell phone, and I'll just put you on speakerphone, and then you can hear that, or get on the chat and just start chatting with us like he normally does in the live streams anyway. So he's in his hotel. He doesn't have anything to do, so he's probably going to try to figure out how to get on. But right now, man, that internet signal of his was pretty bad.
Like, it's really crazy to say this. He's like in the worst place in Florida for like anything. There's like no hotels. He's staying. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how red I am. He's staying at the Guy Harvey Resort in Camp Mac, and it just is. I mean, there's nothing anywhere remotely near this place. So, you know.
Well, I don't know what he could do.
I know
somebody suggested he go to the lobby of the hotel. Maybe, a lot of times the signal might be better in the lobby, but
there's no lobby at this place.
All right, he's hot. I heard him. He's trying to hop on again now. Here he is. Let's check him now. It looks like his signal looks fairly strong, according to my deal.
There he is.
Mike Dove. Can we hear you now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your photo's kind of paralyzed looking, but I can hear you, which is actually better. I mean,
I know he's looking forward to you. Go ahead.
This internet.
He was looking forward to you unboxing his stuff.
You want me to call you?
Yeah, why don't you call me? That'll probably work fine.
You want me to call?
Yeah. Okay, probably should call.
I'll do that.
Okay, doke. Man, it sucks, but it ain't gonna work,
He says to me, he'll never hear this. He says to me, wait to see how great the internet connection is here at Camp Mac. I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, I can't even get a signal here. How are you going to get internet here?
Yeah.
And and really, you and I had talked about this. I had said he should come just to the house, and I'll put up another camera right here, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah. Or heck, you could just sit side by side and be fine. I mean, with your one camera. Yeah.
Do you have his box of goodies?
Yeah. I've kind of got it all laid out here so that I can show everybody what he sent. And I've got my Mr. Bass 20 code on the screen. If they go to Thunderhawk Lures and use that code, they get 20% off.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool.
And you should know, Mike and I went out fishing today to film. Did you get any grenades?
Mike said it was terrible fishing.
Terrible isn't even the word.
He said he got like one bite or something.
He said he got a bite?
It wasn't even that good, huh? Oh, man.
I don't remember any bites. I remember seeing, we passed this big grass pad, and like a 6 or 7 pounder just flew underneath us. And I go, that's the first sign of life we've seen, other than every other angler out there telling us how bad the fishing is.
Wow. That's a shame. This time of year in Florida, it should be awesome.
I will say, I did leave there, and I went over to Patrick's house and fished with Patrick. So,
so you caught some fish over there then? Yeah. Man, you just kind of stuck at the mic then, man.
I told him. We had this fantastic lunch at this this sandwich place on Camp Mac, and I was like, this place is awesome. And we were just outside of Kissimmee, and it was like he was like, I think I'm going to take a nap, and we had done other things, so it was kind of like, okay, let's. I was heading home at that point in time, and I thought, well, I'll stop by and see Patrick real fast because I have some business that I needed to attend to. So then Patrick's like, I've gotten the last 2 or 3 days, I've gotten like 8 or 9 over 5 and a couple of 8. And I'm like, let's go, man. I got a brand new, let's break this rod in. And
heck yeah.
We didn't catch any giants, we caught numbers.
All right, I'm going to try to call him because he's saying he's having a hard time calling me. So let me see if we can make this work.
Keith, the A10 is a great lure, and I got a feeling that there's going to be a smaller one coming out soon.
Hello.
Okay, I got you fine. That was weird because I didn't see you calling me.
Yeah, I was calling. Anyway, that's why I went to the fishing industry, not the IT industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's working fine all day, and I go to plug in the link, and all of a sudden it's working fine, and then it goes like it's got griffins.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can just ask away.
Yeah, it'll work. We'll make it work. It's not a problem as long as you guys can hear. Can you hear him, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Steve says he can hear you, so we're good to go, man.
They've blocked his internet because of the porn he's watching. It. Camp Mac.
Oh man, did you hear that, Mike?
No.
He said they've blocked your internet because all the porn you're watching.
That's it.
Oh man.
Maybe I like a fishing skills today. Just cut me out on a fish camp.
Holy moly! What is gonna? What next, man? What next?
And I went on checked my internet service. It said connected fine, but nothing's. Who knows? I'm in a camp that's probably built in the 70s. Who knows? You know?
Yeah, Steve was saying that there's just nothing where you're staying that really works.
Yeah. So if I connect on this, we'll just call me back. So.
All right.
We'll make the best of it.
Right on. Cool. So, why don't
you know? I'm standing outside in Florida in a pair of shorts. I'm not upset.
You gotta go inside for internet.
I was, but I can't get cell phone service. I would. I can't get cell phone service inside my room. I got to go outside. So, I'm like, everybody's here looking at me like I got my head cut off out in the parking lot.
Holy cow.
So if I could tell a story, so we went fishing, and then we were like, well, we need to film stuff on the Grunt. We need to film how you rig the grenades, and what was the other one we did?
Come on, hello.
We did another lure. We had to film it. So we're sitting outside in Redneck Central, and every person that passes, everyone's driving by with like a dually and golf carts that are popped up and all this stuff. And everybody's staring at us as we're filming outside of the front door of his hotel room. So I'm sure nobody's thinking we're crazy.
This is an adventure, I can tell you that.
Oh, the Rat Benny. I was going to ask him about the Rat Benny.
Ask him how many he has and ask how many I have.
Hey, let me tell you about the peck over here right now. Get your fish on. And, I'm supposed to be in charge of all sales and all lure development for the North America, right?
Right.
Steve's on. I see a picture. Get your fish on. Post every day with the rat. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe he got it from Hawk. So then we're on the lake today. He goes, hey, man, what do you think about that new rat? And I'm like, how the hell do you know about that rat? I don't even have one yet.
Well, it's on your website. The rat is on your website.
Jerry Drago developed that thing. That's his baby right there. So.
Oh, sweet. Well, that should be amazing then. That should be great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jerry Rago knows his stuff, and he was a big collaborator on this Thunderbelly, right?
Yeah. And the Cha-Cha.
And the Cha-Cha Glide, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so this is the Thunderbelly, boys and girls, if you don't know what I'm talking about here. This is kind of cool. It's a 5-inch soft swim bait. Hey, there he is. What's up, Thomas?
Hi.
Good to see you, man. It looks like your dad got a lot of sun today.
Yeah, you did.
That's cool.
Actually, I'm brighter than my shirt.
You are brighter than your shirt. That's amazing.
Okay, I'll see you later. I love you. Good.
Okay, so the 5-inch Thunderbelly, it comes in a 2-pack, and it even comes with a screw lock, belly weighted hook. You don't even need to buy a hook for it. It comes with a hook, if you can believe that. And it's a hollow bodied styled bait, but it has a solid body. And somebody was asking about that. They got a ton of different colors. Check out this one.
That's a good color.
That is a very good color. It's called Perch, which of course looks like a perch, doesn't it? I'll take one out here so you guys can see like how flexible it is.
So the great thing about that bait is it has like a little bit of a wobble while the tail kicks really well. And you can embed it so it becomes a little bit more. It can be weedless for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a heavier bait, but it really has great action. I mean, really, really great action.
Yeah, I watched your closer look video on this, and it looks great in the water.
Yeah.
You guys can go to Steve's channel and look at his closer look on. He's got a bunch of Thunderhawk lures on there. You can watch them all in action. So they've got what, 10 or 12 colors of this? I don't know how many colors they have of it. They sent me about 7 or 8 of them here. So I'll show you all the colors if you guys want to see them that I have. This thing's 5 inches long. It weighs an ounce. And you put a 5/0 hook on it. Oh yeah, the grenade. I got a few of those he sent me. The one that I really want that I don't really have any of is the Grunt.
And there's the bigger one.
Yeah. The grenade. I've heard a lot of good things about that. And especially springtime fishing on beds. I mean, that looks like a great bait for bass bed fishing, sight fishing. Here's another color. This one's called Ghost Shad.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's got a lot of purple in it. They've even got red on the gill plates already. You don't even have to color it in.
I think the one thing that they don't get a lot of credit for, and they should get credit for, is just how well they do, like, painting things. I think we take for granted some of that, and how they actually go out and talk to the retailers to find out what colors the retailers want, and then also the colors that the anglers are looking for and that the anglers want to fish. Because, I mean, I have here, this is the new Thunder Craw Mini or Junior.
Oh, very nice.
Size difference.
Yeah,
When you look at this one, it has like a different like color when it's just by itself. When you put something dark underneath it, then that's when it changes color. And
nice.
And it makes a fantastic trailer bait even better. This is like the perfect size. This is the Junior. This is the perfect size for a trailer bait.
Heck
we use this today.
Absolutely, man. That looks like it'd be a great jig trailer. Here's another color too. I love my bluegill colors, and this is a great bluegill color on this Thunderbelly. Check that one out.
Yeah.
Focus. I don't know why my camera's. Come on. What are you doing there? What's up with that? All right, there it goes. There it goes. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Check that out. Look at that. Got a little
to answer your question, we have 10 colors in the Thunderbelly.
10 colors in the Thunderbelly. And this bluegill is probably my favorite just because I love throwing bluegill colors anyway. But there's a lot, like you said, Steve, there's a lot of detail on this thing. This thing has a green back. Then it's got this little purple bling bling on the side there. And then as you go down below the lateral line, then it lightens up. And then you got the bluegill on the belly, those bright orange and blue colors that you see on a bluegill. It looks very realistic as far as bluegill coloring goes. That is a really nice one.
Is that a bait you'll throw in the summer up north?
Well, I'll throw this year round. This
you will.
One. Yeah, for sure. I like throwing these in cold water, but I'll throw them year round as well. I'll throw them in warm water. I'll throw them. What about you, Mike? What's your favorite time of year to throw the Thunderbelly?
Anytime you got up north would be anytime like the summertime when you got that thick grass or lily pads or something because it comes through so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's usually when I whip it out. If I have heavy vegetation that I want to get through, I know the fish are holding it. Because it's also got that tail. You know that tail design that Jerry came up with. It, like Steve said earlier, it dumps a lot. And if you squish that up in your hand, it's like everything else you do at Thunderhawk. We cater to the fish first and the fisherman second. Be totally honest. And the fisherman, it's frustrating.
That's crazy talk.
But yeah, it's frustrating. I know I'm a fisherman. Jerry's a fisherman. Everybody we talk to, and you squish that thing up in their hand and just let it come back out. It won't deform. And then it'll last multiple fish. So that's what we try to do. You spread it in that grenade, the structural plastic we made it in. And there's a fine line to that, too. Well, still catch fish and be durable. So we think we nailed on a lot of the product.
Yeah, this Thunderbelly feels super durable. Way more durable than a lot of swim baits of similar shape and size and type. And this is the bone color. And again, they nailed it on this bone color, Steve. I think here I am talking colors with Steve, man. He don't care about bone color. I say, I don't have a black and blue one, man. Dang.
I know they need to make a Chapman color, black and blue.
Yeah, yeah. What's the darkest color I got here? I could show you. I guess, man, it might have been that bluegill one I just showed you. Here's one that's called
Blueback herring.
blueback herring. Yeah, blueback herring is probably the darkest
I am tired.
that I've got. Yeah, it's got a black back on the blueback herring. A dark back.
Yeah, Steve just needs to get some dark blue dye and just dip it in there.
There you go, dark blue dyeing. See, this blueback herring is very nice colors on it as well. It's very, man, I think they nailed it on there, like you said, Steve, on these colors.
And like we haven't. They have the not like you. I don't know if you have any of the grenades.
Yeah, I got a few of the grenades. You want to see?
So in this white one, they call it white pearl. Is that what you guys call it now?
Pearl bone.
Pearl bone.
Oh yeah, pearl bone, and it has a completely different. I mean, if you look at, I mean, I'm going to hear about it. Look at how red. Look at how red I am right there. You look at.
Here's what's funny is I could see Mike perfect, and he's not red at all. So what's the deal? You guys were out together, right?
So let's be perfectly honest. I'm 100% Scottish. My body was not supposed to see any part of the sun ever.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm as
Oh,
yeah.
Someone wants to see. Well, I'll show you these colors later on.
I'll show you. Here's a grenade color I have that I think is great for the springtime. This color is called Delta Special. And to me, that's a spring color for sure right there. I like that it's kind of laminate. You know, you got a dark or a bright side, and then you got a darker side.
Yeah.
And when the beauty of a laminate is when you drop it in the water, depending upon which way that thing falls, you're going to get a different flash for the fish, and it gives it a more lifelike sort of presentation.
And they hand paint every eye on those.
Oh, they do, huh?
Yeah. So, you know, it's crazy.
It has custom Thunderhawk custom scent. What is that? Is that Cox juice or what's the custom scent there, Mike?
To be honest with you, the custom scent we've had to take off because of packaging. So
oh, okay.
We're working on a new idea for that. And then, however, talking to Hawk, I really was in a dilemma because everybody wants something different. But it does hold scent real well. We originally had some stuff we're working on, but
yeah, with these,
we're upset with the smell.
with these grooves, man, all you got to do is squeeze some liquid mayhem in there and rub it in there, and it'd be fine. I'm sure it holds scent really well.
Yeah, Steve forgot my Cox juice today.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
that would have helped us.
Yeah, probably wouldn't help. Hey, Mr. Bass, the only fish on bass on phone there ran over with the trolling motor.
Okay, so brass tacks on the grenade, Mike. The grenade, let's face it, everybody knows this is a direct competitor to the Gee Crack Bellows Gill. And the Gee Crack Bellows Gill is insanely expensive. How does
they break down?
Yeah. How does your price compare on the grenade to the Bellows Gill?
I'll just put it this way in politically incorrect terms. Theirs do not compare to ours.
There you go. You've heard it from the source.
It was a $5.99, and we put we call it Thunderhawk plastic. We on that date for 2 years before we released it, and I originally made it out of regular plastic saw we're using, and it was just turned out and ripped up too much. And I thought, again, we're going to listen to the fishermen too. We wanted to come out with a package for $5.99, not $10.
Yeah.
And initial testing last summer up in Minnesota, when I had the final products done, I got up to 30. I used that big one on the back of the sprint jig and heavy grass and glory pads. I got the 30 fish for what we're placing.
30 fish on one bait. So how about that? A 4-pack for only $5.99, and it's made with indestructible plastic. Bam!
And if I
Look at that. Did you see how Steve stretched that thing?
well, the thing about that is I
That's
originally
painful.
wanted to come out with that, the free leg, but I'm a novice when it came to that.
Yeah.
I didn't like free legs and how they work.
Yes.
I came up with that. I wanted a free leg to float. So you take that. I got a 40-foot pool. It's 8 foot deep. I test in.
Yeah.
Threw that thing out there, and the free, about a quarter-ounce free leg on the front of it. The free leg go first, and the same line, that bait is so slow falling, it falls right in line with the weight. But as soon as it touches the bottom, that thing will slowly back up.
That's beautiful. Free rigging it, guys and gals. This is a cool bait, and you can't beat that price, man. That is an excellent price. And if you use Mr. Bass 20 for a $6 product, you're going to get $1.20 off that. How about that?
We have them in the 2.75 as well, that are phenomenal on the back of the drop shot. And also, Steve and I were talking about this today. The little one I use on our grunt jig as you would traditionally, like a chunk trailer.
Oh yeah.
Snout it.
Yeah.
Because it's so durable, it slows the bait down and doesn't have a ton of action, which is quarter water. I'm telling you, snout hooking on a drop shot, I'll use it as a chunk. It is money.
That is a crazy idea. I hadn't even thought about trying it like a chunk. That's cool.
You snout hook it like a chunk, and it lasts twice as long as any chunk on the market. And then, there's so much stuff you can do with that thing. And each package, we try to put directions, on it. But
yes.
Let your imagination go wild with it. I'll tell you, when I had the pool testing a year or so ago with the prototype, I'm like, because we originally, like I said, made it in regular plastic. I said, there's something missing. So when I put indestructible plastic, which floats, we got real creative with it.
That is really cool. Look, he's got one on there for you to see what it looks like. That is really cool. I'm gonna try that.
There's a little lady in Minnesota, Ava Schumacher. She's an awesome little fisherman up there. She's 14 this year. She drops out everything. She had the prototype of that before anybody else in the country. She was playing bass with it.
Wow, that's cool.
She won a couple. Literally, she won a couple tournaments up there, but couldn't tell anybody what she had.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm excited about that because some of these kind of really unique niche style baits like this, they're just way overpriced, and I think your pricing is spot on. That's
honest with you, I think. Again, if you can't tell, I'm enthusiastic about all of our stuff, and I think if you create a passion and you put it in the products, it really shows. And Hawks let me have reign to do that, freedom to do that without any politics involved. You know what I mean? There's a lot of companies that get so motivated just for the profit, the bottom dollar. And that's one of them. And you'll see the other bait that you got. There's a ton of effort, and like you said, to where they catch fish, not just fishermen, but more importantly, the fishermen use it. They like it and buy it again. But you know what? I'll give you a little insider information. There's a lot of companies that actually intentionally make their soft plastics where they're going to get one or two fish, and I know you're going to come back like 4 or 5 packs and we don't pick up your rate.
Are you kidding me? A tackle company would actually make a bait intentionally to tear up so that you'd have to go back and buy more? I can't believe that. Holy crap, man. Is there no integrity left in the fishing community?
No.
Hey, check out the bass color of the Thunderbelly. Focus. I like the bass color a lot too. Very lifelike looking color.
You may have some those grenades. I had 3 colors with me in the East Tennessee Fishing Show. I guess 2 weeks ago now. They sold out by Saturday.
Really? That doesn't surprise me, man. That doesn't surprise me. I think that grenade is a great bait, and I think that I want to get my hands on some of those grunts.
I know a guy who's making it happen.
Those grunts are the real deal, man. You take, like you said, you take your grunt and you take your 2 and 3/4 inch grenade, put that on the back of it. And that's a sweet combo right there.
Do you have the Camel Craw Junior? You can show him.
I have I have 3 packs in the car. This is the Junior.
We're going to release that at Red Crest Colts up here next month.
I've got a bunch of the Camel Cross.
This is the Junior one.
Full disclosure, it would have about the same action. I get 4 action because with the claws out of limp on the little ones.
So you're saying you get more action on the smaller ones?
For the size of it. Yeah.
For the size, okay.
Now, there's more of a thump on the bigger one, but the little one has more action per diameter, if that makes sense.
What's the little one called? Camel Craw Junior, or what do they call it?
Camel Craw Junior. We have 3 new colors, actually 4 new colors we just released on the big one too.
I don't have any of the juniors, but I got several of the regular Camel Craws I can show.
These are the new colors. These are 2 of the new colors.
What's that one called?
I think one's called Minnesota something.
Minnesota Special.
And then
Minnesota Special.
And I think that's this color. And then I don't know the name of this color. And I only have you want to know what? I stole these and put these in my pocket.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, here.
Steve left the parking lot today. No, his pockets are old now. I was going to think.
I'm having a hard time hearing you there, Mike.
Okay.
Here is a cool color. This one's called Golden Shiner. Check that out.
That's a good color.
It really is. A little darker on the top side, and then the underbelly's got this gold glittery stuff. That's a really good one.
Confessing to a crime.
Yeah.
I mean, I look like a robber as is because of the.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've had your mask on apparently while you were out robbing baits from somebody.
Yeah. Well, he's like, you need to be using a grunt with the new smaller, this craw, whatever this is. And I'm like, I don't have those. And he's like, how don't you have them? I'm like, you sent me this box and there isn't one in there.
Yeah.
I have everything else, but I don't have what I need.
Here's one that I throw a lot in dirty water.
A grunt with sunscreen. Thank you, Booster.
This one's called chartreuse, I think. Just chartreuse pepper. And this is one I'm going to throw a lot in dirty water.
Yeah.
That's a good dirty water color. Chartreuse pepper.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
If you take that bait, if you ever get up to Kentucky and Berkeley, I think you'll be money. That's how I can get in.
Well, I said I could hear you, and then I couldn't hear you again. It was kind of breaking up.
I got a whole one. I got one on.
I don't know who KMG Outdoors is. Steve, how big are your sunglasses? Is hilarious.
You look like you were wearing like snow goggles for snow skiing or something.
KMG, when you have a head this big, I mean, there's literally no sunglasses that fit right. I don't even know.
Yeah, I hear that.
I have some pair of Costas.
Okay, here's a couple of nice colors that'll work good in the springtime. This one is called Green Pumpkin Orange. And it's more of a subtle orange. You got your green pumpkin on this side. And then not a super overbearing orange color, but if you want super bright, blingy orange, that's what the color Lake Craw is for. Because the glasses for people with cataracts.
I like the "Were you at the Winter Olympics" from
Yeah.
Keith. Oh my gosh. I'm taking it on the chin from y'all today.
So these are your two springtime craw colors. One a little more subtle with some green pumpkin on the back, and then one very, very bright. Very
What's
nice color.
the real orange one? What's that one? What's the front look like?
It's called Lake Craw, and it's just kind of like a black.
Yeah.
If I can get it to
It
focus.
has some red in it.
Yeah, it does have a little red, and mostly orange. A little red on this side and orange on that side. So those are nice colors for springtime fishing.
If I can find one of the grunts, he showed me something today that I didn't know about. Let me see if I can find one. So I think one of the craziest thing about the grunts, even though you don't have them there, is the action and how the silicone and the rubber just pulsates really well. And but they made the skirts, so some of the skirts have different colors, were made to have different colors inside each one. I just don't know what color it was, and he isn't like I have just one.
I think Steve was looking at the blue craw.
The blue craw.
Let me find that one. Blue craw.
That's my favorite.
Oh,
Did you do? While you're looking for that, I'm going to show you a couple of more of the camel craw colors. This is one that I really like a ton. It's Sexy Shad.
Oh yeah.
I wonder why you don't see a lot of Sexy Shad colors when it comes to like crawdads. And this thing is off the charts. A very cool Sexy Shad. I mean, look at all that bling bling on the underbelly. And then super natural on the other side, man. That is a great color. That's Sexy Shad. What do you got, Steve?
So I don't know if you can see it. Can you see how the top of them is one color and then the bottom of them is another color?
Yeah. That's cool.
I mean, I've never seen anyone do this on a jig trailer ever. And it isn't just that. They have like a really nice, the bottom is really nice too.
He made that skirt out of something that wasn't in the industry. Being that I love rubber type skirts, but I don't like durability and then get them dry and whatnot, and they're hard to find. So we just made our own out of silicone to have the same action for them. That was the idea. Plus, with the we can get creative with those colors too. It's by the action of the rubber.
Yeah, I got to get my hand on some of those grunts, man.
You can meet us down in Tulsa. I'll load you up.
Okay. Last really cool color I want to show you guys on the camel craw is one called Sour Grape. Check this out. Sour Grape. This is I love the variety in these colors, man. You know, you can definitely you can try so many different things with kind of this color palette that are on these camel craws that are just sweet. And I'm assuming whatever color you just saw for the camel craw, you can get in the junior, I would assume, right, Mike?
Yes, sir. All colors, even the new ones are coming in the Camel Craw Juniors as well.
Look at all those grunts. Now he's
It's
just
happening.
showing off. He's just showing off now.
We now have 16 colors in the Camel Craw.
16 colors in the camel craw. Dang.
Minnesota boys are tearing them up with the orange and the lake craw.
I know it. That's what I was saying. That lake craw, the orange in it, that is springtime fishing right there.
My buddy Tom Schumacher up there in Minnesota, he showed me something new with that. He was flipping a shaky that thing. Flipping a shaky head.
Really?
In the docks and weeks that super slow fall with a shaky head, and he crushed him with it.
What do you know? That's cool.
Yep. We're restricted. Steve and I talked about this today. Fishermen get in a rut with Larry Dahlberg calls all the time, where there's 4 stages of fishermen, and some of it is you want to catch fish how you want to catch fish. I think if you get creative with our stuff, you want to catch more fish.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, I got a couple more of these Thunderbelly colors I want to show off. One is, what do you call it? This one's Hitch, I think. Yeah, Hitch. Check out the Hitch.
I like that color.
That is cool. That is a cool looking color. You got to have a hitch, especially if you live on the West Coast. But even if you don't,
that was a Jerry color, being a California boy.
I believe it. I believe that. That it definitely looks like a Jerry color. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay, last Thunderbelly color I was going to show you guys is called Bass Bone. And when I see this reminds me almost exactly of the Megabass Elegy Bone color. That's what this looks like to me.
Yeah.
I love that Elegy Bone. I throw it a lot, and this looks like a perfect Elegy Bone color, and it's even called, what did I say it's called? Bass Bone. That's a good color, Mike. Bass Bone. That is a Table Rock Lake color right there, for sure. Very nice.
Julie asked about they do come with a hook. I think they're like a 6/0 weighted hook. They come with automatic.
It's a 5/0 hook. It comes in the 2-pack with a 1/4 ounce weight.
For $10.99.
$10.99 for 2 baits and the hook.
And if you use Mr. Bass 20, you save $2.
Save
more
$2.
than $2.
Save more than $2 if you use the code Mr. Bass 20.
That hook is normally about $4 on its own for other company.
Heck yeah! Beautiful, man. These baits are great. These Thunderbellies. I'm gonna make some videos slaying them with that. I guarantee it. For sure. So I was talking about the old Sergeant at the beginning when I was waiting for you to hop on. I was about to talk about that lipless crankbait.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike, what makes the Sergeant different than other lipless crankbaits out there? Because everybody makes a lipless crankbait. Why would I buy a Sergeant?
Because the Sergeant catches fish.
Oh, is that all? Just because the Sergeant catches fish, that's why I should buy it?
You're going to see a video released here real soon on YouTube, probably next week, that illustrates what's so special about it. What I want is like all the baits that I create. I fished since I was a itty bitty kid, you know what I mean? I fished. Big Daddy taught me how to bass fish years and years ago, and I always found little nuances on baits I liked and things I didn't like about them. And we always, no matter where you go, you can always catch fish on a lipless crankbait. But, you know, remember the old rattle traps and the way the original hooks came out? I don't know how anybody caught anything on that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a lot of different lipless crankbaits on the market. Buy one that fishes the water column from top to bottom. So if you take those two, the silent, which is a 1/2 ounce, and the 3/4 of rattling, you can fish anywhere from 2 foot of water to 20 foot of water with those lipless crankbaits. And the silent is a 1/2 ounce, the 3/4 of rattling. But the big thing I did on that, I wanted action to fish totally different. same way, if that makes sense. One's parallel, one's more nose down, but they have rotating swivels in the hook hangers. I tested 50, believe it or not, and I thought, well, that's going to be a weak point because they swivel. But I tested it with 50-pound weight, believe it or not, on those hangers.
50-pound weights.
And we put wide gap hook on it. They're sticky sharp, so be careful. And then the 3/4, I fish it nose down and beat it on the rocks. And when you get it on in the springtime and rocky areas, I use that thing like a jig. Because with another attribute that we incorporated in it, this was the hard part after we put swivels in, because we lost it, was that thing is so balanced, it'll sit nose down, tail up on the bottom of the lake. And I think Steve had a cool video that illustrated that. And that was another thing I wanted, to sit nose down like it's feeding.
Yep.
And so you can sit that thing and just you can yo-yo it, you can burn it, you can slow roll it. You do all kinds of things with that. Again, it covers 2 foot of water to 20 foot of water. And then I dug out, initially when I drew it up, I kept on retooling the nose of that so it'll vibrate all the way down. And again, on Steve's video, you can see it in the pool where it's vibrating all the way down to the bottom of the lake. It is I'm very, very proud of that thing. Unbelievable the way it came out. I got me that, a concept about it. I got one of our engineers at Thunderhawk and Hawk himself. He said, this is what I wanted to do. And it took us a long time to get it just right. But I think we nailed it on that. And our sales are showing that too.
What's crazy is you got a 1/2 ounce and a 3/4, and they're both the same size, aren't they?
Exact dimensions.
That's surprising because everybody's lipless. When they go from a 1/2 to a 3/4, it almost looks like the 3/4 is twice the size of the 1/2 ounce.
Yep. And
So
that's the size. I think if you wanted to just catch fish, that's the size right there. Dimensions on that original Sergeant will catch fish about anywhere. Now, mind you, I'm not to say that maybe in the works to create a bigger one and a smaller one, but for now, that one can catch you fish. You can just take those out of the pack and just still catch fish. And that, like everything else we talked about, is we want you to be able to take it right out of the, not have to put, another $4 hooks on it, or the split rings are junk, or there's nothing junk on those baits. Junk, You
yeah.
take it right out of the pack and go fish. I promise you it'll work.
Yeah, so if you look at these two, the bone one below is the 1/2 ounce, and the one above is 3/4, and they're literally the same size. There's no difference.
I'll give a little secret out right now. For you guys fishing in Alabama, in the grass, or it can all the way out to you, but you don't have black grass. If you're fishing that right now in the Midwest or South, take that metallic red out and it's silent. And just slow roll it. That I'm getting calls all week about that color.
Here's the color he's talking about. Metallic red. I can get the focus. That's metallic red.
And you'll notice I've incorporated that same color in a lot of our baits.
Uh-huh.
That is a sleeper, and I created that just because, again, I fished a red metallic years ago that I couldn't find any,
Yeah.
So I created my own version of it. And
interesting.
Mikey Balls is going to release a video next week, and you need to watch it. He's using our Sergeant Silent, and it's absolutely crushing fish. He's been sending me pictures. They got it down and way down the throat.
That is cool.
Fish.
I think
that's the only lipless he's catching them on. Only one, and he's crushing it.
Wow. I think this root beer color is really unique looking.
Those are sold out that root beer color is sold out for the 4th time on Tackle Warehouse since August.
Steve,
yeah,
that metallic red.
That's crazy.
Metallic red. Again, it's seasonal too. The spring crawl is already sold out again for the 4th time.
Yeah, Steve's a heck of a Thunderhawk ambassador, man. He's wearing that metallic red on his face.
I've become a clown.
I think he got confused today. I told him we need to throw metallic red, man. He got confused and made red face.
Dude, that's
It was an embarrassment on both of our parts how terrible we fished today.
yeah. Well, what can you do, man? Sometimes you're fishing, sometimes you're catching.
I mean, the wind was like 90 miles per hour.
And all these lakes down here are just big bowls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's the way Florida lakes are. They're just bowls.
Man,
Yeah.
we're gonna check it out tomorrow. We'll catch you up for it then.
All right, I got to show them this sunset purple color. This is another very unique looking color.
That's the #1 selling bait of all the retailers nationwide. The sunset purple.
Really?
The A10 and the Sergeant. Believe it or not, it's crazy. And Hawk designed that color.
That's a very unique color, man. There's just not many baits out. I don't know of any baits out there that look like this thing. I like it a lot.
It's another Kentucky Lake Slimer right there, the sunset purple.
Wow. Very cool.
Way to Lake of the Woods. I'm thinking about up north. Lake of the Ozarks, Cable Rock.
Uh-huh.
Don't sleep on those sergeants over there. Everybody's throwing a wiggle wart. I know you love the wiggle wart.
I do love the wart. I'm actually fishing Lake of the Ozarks in about 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll take some of these sergeants with me.
There you go.
Give them a try.
Eat them on the rocks. Just feel like you're hanging and fishing it too slow. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Now, this is an interesting color. It's just called bait.
Yep. Again,
I'm like, is that a typo?
I'm not a very smart man. that color right there, when I created that thing, I was talking to Hawk. I said, I have this one. I drew it up and sent it to him. And I said, can you match these colors? Yeah, we got it done. He goes, how do you call it? I said, I'm not real smart, but it just looks like bait. You know what I mean? So
I thought it was a typo when I saw it on the package. I was like, okay, this must be a 2-part deal, and they just misprinted, and they only printed the bait part. But that's the color, bait.
Well, when you go up to Minnesota or anywhere out across the country, there's minnow buckets, there's bait buckets. You look in them things, and you can't really tell what the hell that bait fish is in the minnow bucket, so I just call it bait.
Heck yeah. I'm loving it, man.
I'm just, like I said, I'm not a very smart guy. I'm just a redneck from Indiana,
Heck yeah.
So I just call it bait. That's easy to remember.
That is easy to remember. Very, very nice. Yes, Keith.
And they named the cat Dog.
Hey, that sounds like a Mike Dove strategy, but Mike would have named the cat not Dog.
Hey, do you have the hitch color with you there, Mr. Max?
Let me look here. Somebody's asking if these are on the Thunderhawk website. Yeah, they are, Keith.
Yeah, all of them. Silent and salty. You get it right now with your discount code for $8.
$8?
Try to match that.
$8. Yeah, I do got a hitch color here.
That thing is another one of my favorites.
Uh-oh. He's about to let loose another secret. Listen up.
You got golden shiners at your lake on a clear day, and you can be doing that.
Golden shiners on a clear day. Break out the hitch. Here it is.
It's got 3 different colors, and it can change colors when it rotates to the sun.
I couldn't hear you yet. Say that again, Mike.
It's got 3 colors in it that rotate when it moves. It varies the sunlight. It changes colors.
Gotcha. It's got 3 colors in it, and it'll change colors, I guess, in the water is what he's saying. Looks really nice. Definitely get your golden shiner on with the hitch pattern. Man. And you can get these in 1/2 and 3/4 ounce, and you guys don't have any other sizes than those, right?
No, sir, not quite. Probably a year or 2 down the road. There's so many other projects we want to get done for her.
I'll tell you, I don't ever throw lipless 1/2 and 3/4 all I throw. The only other ones is I have some big 1-ouncers that I take up to Canada, but that's it. I mean, I'm perfect.
Where do you go? Where do you go in Canada?
I'm going up in June this year, end of June.
What?
I'm going up at a place called Dunlop's Lodge. I know the name of the lake. It's one of those native. It's not Native American because they're not Americans. Native Canadian lakes names up there, and it's called like the whole Litna or the. I can't even think of the name of it, but it has some massive pike and walleye in it. No smallies, no smallmouth, but
does it have the tannic water?
Yes, it does have the tannic water. Yes.
Yeah, the chrome and chartreuse up there.
Chrome and chartreuse. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
That's how I came up fishing Lake and Wood vacations for years. I wanted to catch pike or bass or muskies or whatever swimming around. I'm not a very good walleye fisher. Just it could be that big. We got color right there.
Cool. I thought I would show everybody the blueback herring color on 3 different baits, just to give everybody an idea of what how similar they are in some respects. So here is the here's the Sergeant blueback herring. Very cool looking, right? And then I already showed you just a few minutes ago the Thunderbelly and blueback herring. How about that? Looks very similar. And now check this out. The Cha-Cha Glide and blueback herring. If I can get it out of the package here. Bam! Check that out. Those are cool. Those are really cool. This Cha-Cha Glide, I'm pretty excited about. I love glide baits. And you said this is a Jerry Rago thing too, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That thing will always go side to side.
How about that?
That's sick in the water. Especially for $15, that's really sick.
Can you replace the tails on these?
No.
Okay, it didn't look like it.
But again, they're $15.99.
Yeah, that's a great price for a glide bait. $16. Okay, Matthew, go use my code over there, buddy. Get you some of these glide baits, dude. Man, that is really cool. Really cool.
And that is the Cha-Cha is what we offer the most colors in any of our stuff right now.
Yeah, how many colors have you got? Because I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 9 of the colors here in front of me.
We have 17 colors.
17 Cha-Cha colors. Holy moly. That is wild.
There's more colors than that than anything.
Yep.
Yeah, they're absolutely.
Except for, I think the hybrid. They have more colors.
More colors on the hybrid. So,
why don't we order one? If you're going to order anything, use that code right down here, Mr. Bass 20, and save 20% at Thunderhawklures.com.
Heck yeah! All right, I got an A10 in this red Craw color. That's a pretty bright red.
That's a bright red.
That sucker is bright.
And you'll notice it's got a little bit of gold flake on it.
Yes, it does. See that? So this A10 has a crazy looking bill. Where'd you come up with that? What's the thinking behind that?
Light monocle set porch.
Well, I couldn't hear what you said.
I said Coors Light monocle porch.
Coors Light. It's on his uncle's porch. So Coors Light gets the credit for creating this crazy looking square bill.
That's just one shade brighter than me.
Yeah, this is actually brighter than Steve. Finally, yeah. Go out tomorrow. Do the same thing you did today, Steve, and you'll look brighter than this tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'll be a lobster.
All due seriousness, I created that thing out of necessity. I love fishing square bills. I love fishing flat-sided. I love fishing balsa, but I hate fishing balsa flat-sided crankbaits. So I created that to be more or less, that's why I call it the A10. It's an A10 in action. It comes down, beats the shit, everything real shallow and takes off. So that's what that's designed to do. I designed that head, the bill, everything about it to go in, just throw it in the heaviest cover you can find, wood, rock. It'll come in and deflect off of it. Then I got with our engineers on our CAD system. Once that bill is created, exact dimensions to that number 4 hook that we put on there, that point on a hard roll, when you beat it on, run into something, that point will not roll over to go any further than the greatest point you have on the lip.
Huh.
That's why I get stuck that way. And that bill, try to break it. I mean, push on it with your fingers. It will not. There's no flexing. And there's no transition point from the bill itself to the head. It's encompassed all in the mold.
Awesome.
One of the things I tried to do, even though you don't see it in the video, because it just didn't work out right, you can take that bait and, like, imagine throwing a old, like, you know those chairs that you used to sit on, and they had those, just an old chair, put it in the water. You can take that bait and bounce it off of it, and it won't hook the chair.
Really?
Yeah, those old lawn chairs, back in the
lawn chairs, yeah.
Yeah.
The walnuts just...
That is crazy. So this square bill design really does bounce off a cover really well then.
Yeah.
I use an 8.
Julie's asking about the Cha-Cha glide. It really kind of sinks, doesn't it, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
The Cha-Cha glide.
It's slow sinking.
It's a slow sink. It's a slow sink. I wouldn't call it a suspender.
It's super slow sink. And you'll notice, like our jerkbait, slash bait, it is so well balanced. They got that thing down where it'll actually rest on its own hooks on the bottom of the leg.
I am getting killed for this sunburn.
Steve is getting killed tonight on this. Now somebody's saying he looks like a raccoon. And I got to admit, he really does look like a raccoon, man. There's a lot of truth to that.
I'm glad I can make everyone laugh.
I think that's important. That's definitely important.
It is funny.
Well, ask him about the little rough ride on the water on the way.
How about the rough ride on the water? Do you guys have a rough ride, Steve?
Oh, my God. I said to him, if you find fingerprints on the fiberglass, indentions, it's from me holding on for dear life. At one point, I said a prayer in my head because I thought, this is it. I'm done. I shouldn't be on this boat.
Yeah. I've been there, man. I've been there many times. Okay, this color of this A10, I think, is another perfect springtime color. I always go for these crawdad, orange, red crawdad colors in the spring. This one, I think, is exceptional. It's called Orange Craw.
Yeah.
And you can see it's got the crawdad pattern on it, but it's got a lot of little little flakes on there. They just give it a little more bling bling, as I like to say. That's a very nice springtime color. And if you want to know what these sound like, it's a knocker.
Yeah.
But it's kind of what I'd call a little higher pitch knocker maybe than some knockers out there, but I think it's good.
What you're actually hearing there is a weight transfer going back and forth.
Okay. Weight transfer system, because this thing will cast a country mile. That's the A10 square bill. What size does this come in? I got a bunch of 7/16 of an ounce here. Is that our size?
That's the size right now. We're launching the A10 Junior and Tulsa as well.
Okay, sweet.
Red Crest, yeah.
Gonna get an A10 Junior at the Red Crest. One more reason for me to go to the Red Crest.
A10. About that today, I got lucky on that one. I just reduced it in size and I wanted the smaller bait. Sometimes you just never know. They want smaller bait or whatever, especially when we conditions out.
Yeah.
But one, it hunts like crazy.
Really?
Something like that.
Interesting.
I didn't design it to contest. I can tell you that.
So here's another one I really like because I throw a lot of fire tiger colors. And this one, you call it red ear, but it really looks a lot. It's got a lot of similarities to a fire tiger that I'd be throwing in dirtier water. And I like this one a lot. It's got a solid black bill on the top, and underneath it's white. Got yellow on the belly or kind of on the chin, whatever you want to call there. But it's very fire tigery looking too. So I like this red ear quite a bit.
Do you guys have a bigger sized A10 in the works? Mike?
Yes. It's called the A10 Magnum. We're going to make it the musky fish, but also bait fish for bass. We're working on. I got to get that out. Matter of fact, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I have it here somewhere. I got to throw that in the water. My final testing here. A10 Magnum is 2.5, 5 inches, 5.5 inches long. It's a beast.
Very cool.
That'll be out maybe not by ICAST. We're not sure yet.
I'm pretty crazy. Go ahead.
Depends on how long the that little takes to say yes or no.
I'm pretty crazy about this ghost bluegill color too. I love bluegill patterns anyway, but this ghost bluegill is fire. It is.
That would be great on Lake of the Ozarks as well.
Heck yes, it would. Check this one out.
Yeah, that one's sexy.
Very. I mean,
that's one of them that you go, do I really want to fish this one?
Yeah. I think this would work on any of those lakes up north too that have perch.
Yeah.
It's a great bluegill imitator, but you could get away with a perch as well on this.
I think that fishes anywhere.
I do too. It's great.
Did you get a spawn color, Mr. Bass?
I don't think I did.
Spawn.
Let me look here. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That spawn color just got released.
This kind of looks sexy shadish.
That thing is my favorite do-all bait fish color I've ever come up with. I think it's got. You'll see it one direction, it looks chartreuse, and it shines, and it looks blue. There's a blue, pearl blue on the entire bait on the outside.
To me,
and it changes colors.
To me, this outer looks like what I call a Diet Dew color. I've got several really custom painted balsa crankbaits that it's not a Mountain Dew, but it's kind of, we call it Diet Dew because it looks very subtle. Like you can see I'm kind of twisting and turning it, and you can see the different colors on it. Mm-hmm. Dude, that is really nice. So I call it the
spawn because right about spawn time, that thing is killer.
Nice. Yeah. If you just call it, if you have a color that you call spawn, you have another one that you call pre-spawn, you have another one that you call post-spawn. I won't even have to think. All I got to do is just say, all right, it's the spawn. Which color? Which one do I grab?
What time of the year is it?
See, I got one called Asian Coffee.
Oh, you do, huh?
It's a chrome black back.
Okay. I've got one of these. I got one of these pink ones.
Yeah, that one we got. I was at a show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, right before COVID hit, and the local tackle store says, "Hey, because he knows we did custom work too. We have on painters,
Uh huh.
And he said, "This is the color I'm thinking about, pink." And with a little bit of chrome. I got them drew up and gave it to Hawk. And they made a slash bait out of it, and they sold a ton of the Susquehanna in Pennsylvania. And in the A10 as well. That was a sweet that bait is color right there is meant to fish for smallmouth and any water condition. That's not clear, muddy, it burn it, and it gets their attention. That chrome flash, it's almost too bright, and it's not, it's transparent pink, I call it.
Yeah.
I call that pink one ladies' tea.
Ladies' tea. Wow. That's really cool, man. Cool. What else do we want to talk about? I got a lot of these cha-cha glides. Let me show you what I think is the coolest cha-cha glide color you sent me. It's got to be this baby bass.
Mm-hmm.
This baby bass is... This almost looks like baby smallmouth bass. I mean, very wild looking. Dude, that is a sick color.
So the first time we met, Mike threw that all day.
Really? In Florida?
Just chugging. And it's one of those baits that you don't have to, like, twitch your rod. You just kind of, just reeling it in makes it just do unbelievable wide S motions in the water.
Yeah. This is an S waving glide bait, man.
Yeah. It's a beautiful bait especially for $16 or $15.99. I mean, you really hard to find a bait that works that well.
That is a crazy price, man. That is awesome. If you want to get into glide bait fishing, man.
Saying it's for free fishing, I call that my fluid fishing sonar bait.
Oh yeah.
If you throw that by a dock, I'll let you know that the docks will come out and look at it.
Uh-huh. I mean, that's one of the beauties. That's one of the beauties of a glide bait is even if they're not going to eat the glide bait, a lot of times they'll show you where the big bass are at.
Mm-hmm.
But
and they talked about going to catch some bass, on lures, and I've actually used a chalk out for smallmouth.
Heck yeah!
Here's a vicious bite.
Back to the bluegill colors. Focus. There it goes.
Beautiful.
Man, this is...
I like that red on underbelly.
Yes. I mean, that's a bluegill in all its glory, man. Very nice as well. I mean, it's like you were saying, Steve, the colors on these baits are top notch. I mean, they're as good as any other company out there when it comes to their colors. They really, really are. Very nice.
We have some of the best painting equipment and painters, I think, in the industry.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. I would say that's the truth.
We've got over $2 million in a plant just to create bait.
Awesome. Well, I think I will definitely be doing more videos of this stuff and doing some more deep dives for some of you guys that would like to see more of this stuff in detail. One other really cool bait that he sent me that I wanted to show you guys is this bad boy right here.
And it's Mr. Bass 20.
Mr. Bass 20 is the code. Check this bad boy out. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
He sent me a War Eagle Alabama Crimson Tide spinnerbait. Bam! You can't find that. You can't find that every day. That's a beauty right there.
John, what the date is on?
Say again.
John, what the date is on that spinnerbait?
I can't hear what you're saying. Can you tell Steve?
On the date on the spinnerbait.
Yeah, I still can't make out what you're saying.
I think he got it like 10 years ago.
It does say the 2012 Classic on there.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
From the 2012 Classic. It was probably at Guntersville, I'm guessing, or somewhere down in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I worked with Wright McGill back then.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. I appreciate you sending me that, Mike. That was awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on with us. We got to do this again when we can get you on a better signal for sure.
When I get back to town, we'll definitely do some more stuff and live or better. I appreciate you giving us some props. Really, if you can't tell, we're really adamant about the creating the right kind of bait for people at the right price. And we're passionate about what we do over there. That's just how self-black people look at it. And we're actually we're going to do a lot of big things coming 2022, 2023. We got new top-up baits coming up real soon too. Jerry Designs, unbelievable. We got just a ton of other ways are changing, and we're just responding to.
Did he drop right then?
About 150,000 of them.
150,000. 150,000 grunts. Great. That's what I want to hear. I want to get my hand on some grunts. Well, thanks again, Mike. Appreciate you hopping on. I'll go ahead and let you go. And Steve and I got a couple other miscellaneous things we're going to wrap up, but we'll definitely be in touch. Everybody, if you want to get your hands on a great deal, go run over there to thunderhawklures.com and use that code Mr. Bass 20. You'll get 20% off. Can't beat that.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. Steve, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike.
Right.
See you, man. Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Make sure Steve uses sunscreen tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Woo. Dang, he knows so much about baits and fishing and lures. I was hoping we could get him a better signal because the dude's he knows so much about it. It's pretty fun talking to him. So you wanted to talk about fantasy fishing. We cannot let the fantasy fishing conversation slip through the cracks here. We got another tournament coming up, right?
Starts tomorrow. So if you haven't done your picks, you should do it.
Got to get the picks in tonight. So don't slack off on that, boys and girls.
And I'm gonna go out there and cover it for a couple days, I think. Depending on how tomorrow goes, to be honest. I'm hoping that we catch some fish with Mike tomorrow and get it all done.
KMG Outdoors is in third place, man. That's pretty dang good. Yeah, yes. Hank, I gotta play. I'm slacking off. I gotta pick up my game. So I should have been on because I definitely picked John Cruz to win it all last time. Man, I could have. And I picked the top 10 in order. I had them written on a card. Man, if only I had entered him in, man, it would have been amazing.
It's so much luck, though. That's the whole thing. It's so much luck. I mean, you could go, okay, I want this guy, I want that guy, but really, you got to really hope that the guys that you pick really come out swinging. I mean, really, the only person in the whole thing that you should have on your list is John Cox. There could be so much more for everybody else too. So, it's just, it's fun. That's all. Yeah,
it's true. It's fun. It's all for fun. That's why we do all this. It's all fun.
So I haven't been able to hear the full story on the tournament and the freezing weather. Did you talk about this on one of the lives and I miss it?
Yeah, we talked about it I think we did anyway.
Okay.
You're talking about Lake Fork and how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal down there, man. There was 150 people in the tournament, and I think only 3. It's a 2-day tournament. Only 3 or 4, might have been 4 people caught limits both days. That's all. That is all. There was about 50 that didn't catch a single fish either day, and the vast majority only caught 1 fish the whole tournament.
And like Lake Fork is like on fire right now.
That's what they say, man. But boy, the conditions were terrible. Basically,
an Amber Alert's coming through my phone, so everyone's going to hear it. So I apologize.
all right. One of the problems with that tournament was incredibly cold temperatures for Central Texas. I mean, it was. I mean, when you got all your guides icing up on your rods, that's not Texas. You know, I mean, not normally anyway. And so that was crazy. And the tournament was like on day 4 of this cold front. It was starting to trend back up, but it was still brutal. And like second day of practice, we had an ice storm there. So there was black ice all over the roads and everything was covered in ice. It sucked. Plus I was just getting over COVID, which was even worse.
So what point in time did you decide I'm not fishing this?
Well, I was feeling really bad, and it was the last day of practice. You could practice till 2 p.m. on the last day of practice. I practiced till 2 p.m. and right when I got off the water, geez, come on. If you fish for any length of time, you know when it's on, you know when it's off. And I was like, seriously? Am I going to sit there? Am I really going to fish for 2 solid days knowing the likelihood is I'm not going to catch a single fish? The other problem is I didn't have my fish finder with me. And I was like, they're going to be out. They're going to be out deep. I'm not going to be able to locate them. The temperatures are brutal. It's just, I'm not going to mess with it. No problem, Mike. Thanks for hopping on. We'll definitely get on again, get you on again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you couldn't get your money back, or did they? I mean, when it's that cold, shouldn't they offer you it back?
I've never been in a tournament where, you know what, I've been surprised. Now they have gotten a little better just because they've actually killed people in these tournaments. You know, a guy died last year. It wasn't the tournament director's fault, and he just had a heart attack and died. But a few years ago, you know, you had a co-angler that died at Okeechobee. He got thrown off the boat and died. Yeah. There's been several other people that have died on these tournaments. And so they've gotten a little better. But literally probably 3 years ago was the last time I was at Lake of the Ozarks, actually. It was either a BASS Open tournament or one of the Major League Fishing Toyota Series tournaments or whatever they called them back then. Because I think it was before Major League Fishing, the year before Major League Fishing bought them, so it might have been an FLW. But regardless, it was one of the major open tournaments. Massive lightning storm. I mean, it was brutal. There was lightning literally everywhere. Did they tell everybody to stay at home? No. Everybody came in 6 a.m. There's freaking lightning everywhere, and there's boats. You know, 200 boats out here with lightning going all over. So everybody's trying to get under the boat docks, and they wouldn't let us launch, but they had no problem with us sitting in the water for 2 hours waiting for the lightning to pass. You know, it was just insanity. And then finally, after about 2 hours, they said go, and there was still lightning. We went to the first spot, and there's lightning everywhere. And I'm like, we're actually fishing in this stuff. I mean, the first prize is not worth my life, you know.
Did you watch any of last week's bass tournament?
Yeah, I did.
Any major? I have one surprise, but anything that you thought was just crazy?
Well, I thought it was just it was crazy in that the fishing was so tough, and that John Cox comes in on day 3 with a 30-pound limit. 31 something, and I was like, what? 31 freaking pounds. This is insane. And I could just see John Cruz's tournament slipping through his hands. Here he was, first place 3 days in a row, and I thought, can he really maintain it for a fourth day? And he did it. He held on. Congratulations, John Cruz. Excellent way to finish a tournament. But that last day, I just wasn't sure if he was going to make it.
I know. I think my biggest surprise was Mike Iaconelli comes back into the elites and he catches one fish.
Yeah, I was shocked by that too.
And it was like, what is happening here? I mean, you can always have a bad day, but to go 2 or 3 days and you catch one fish.
Shocker.
Yeah,
that was a shocker. I couldn't believe it.
And then on the Major League Fishing, we finally got to see that Jacob Wheeler is human and makes the top 10 and then doesn't win the tournament. We finally got to see it.
Yeah. What do you know?
I can tell you, when we went into that last day and he's in the top 10, all I kept thinking was, he's going to win another tournament. That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, weren't there several of his group, that they all stay together and everything that made it to the last day? Yeah, I know Mark Daniels made it the last day, and I think maybe another.
Dustin Connell stays with him too.
Yeah, I think they all did really well in that tournament.
But that tournament, that was the first Major League Fishing tournament. That was a really hard fishing tournament to watch. It was extremely slow and extremely boring. And I actually, I don't know who I said it to. I talked to somebody. It might have been Duke. And I actually went on and said, should we really have tournaments in the beginning of February? Because, or the end of January, beginning of February, because the fishing is so tough. Like, even coming down here and fishing, even though the spawn is pretty much happening, it's really tough fishing right now.
Yeah.
And I just am like, I don't know I don't know who's scheduling these tournaments other than in Florida, any place else during this time of the year. So I know they want to go catch big fish, but in all honesty, I think they're trying to get these tournaments started too early in the season, and I think that they should let them go a little bit later so the water gets a little bit better, a little bit more. You don't have these temperamental, like days ago it was 41 degrees. Today it was 90. So
yeah.
I don't know why they do that. I don't know why.
I don't either. It must be just to try to cram more tournaments in.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with you. 570 Bass was asking what platforms you watch the tournaments on. I just go to the website, the tournament website, and watch it there. I don't watch it on TV.
The Fox Sports doesn't get any ratings. So I don't watch it on Fox Sports. I watch it online, and
I do too.
I was on a cruise this past weekend, so I had no clue what was going on at all. It was really weird. Like, the Royal Caribbean blocked Bassmaster, and it was like, I started watching your live on Saturday, and that's how I knew John did well. And it was crazy, and I was really rooting for John. I mean, I'm always rooting for John, but that was a fantastic day.
Yeah. Booster didn't like the bass coverage. I thought it was okay. It's definitely been better, and I think you're right. I heard other comments that, man, this is some boring stuff to watch.
Yeah.
So
I can't say anything about bass commentators because I don't need Mercer calling me and yelling at me for anything I might possibly say.
Well, you can't help it if the vast majority of your peeps aren't catching fish. I mean, you can only do what you can do. Your camera can only capture what it can capture.
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes the coverage is going to be better than others, and it all depends on how much they're biting.
And really, the St. John's has changed so much in the last 3 or 4 years. Like 4 years ago, Clun just found every fish on grass, and like a year later, there was no grass on St. John's and Palatka.
Yeah.
So some of those guys just Kyle Welcher. I mean, he had a horrible tournament, and he did really well last year. But he also caught a 10-pounder. There were a lot of guys that I was surprised to see didn't do well. I mean, I wasn't really shocked that Martin didn't do well because I didn't think Scott. I don't think he fishes up there much, and he's so used to having Okeechobee grass and stuff like that that helps. But this week, other than the weather's going to change in 2 days, and the wind. They'll be on so much grass, it's not even funny. There's grass everywhere in Harris. So
should be fun.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're going to try to go to the Red Crest or not?
So Mike wants me to. The Thunderhawk has a house, and I have another friend that's another group of people that are going there too. So I'm thinking about it. I think I would have more fun at it. I know that sounds crazy, but I kind of want to see how it'll work out. And really, they do. I think Major League Fishing is probably going to pull out all the stops for media people, and I think it's a good thing. Where, no offense to bass, they just don't give a crap about media.
Well, I'm in the media now when it comes to Major League Fishing. I got a lanyard. I got a lanyard around here somewhere, so I might just crash the party and show up with my lanyard and
I'll give you Charity's phone number. She'll let you go anywhere.
Heck yeah. Sounds fun.
Yeah. And then so you saw my unbelievable crappie.
Holy crap, man. I couldn't believe that fish. It was amazing. It was amazing, dude.
I should say, possible state record crappie.
Insane. Absolutely amazing.
I need to make this very clear. My wife is starting to tell people that it's photoshopped to bust my ass.
Well,
I
don't know.
Absolutely killing me.
If I had a state record, man, I think I would have tried to get it certified. I think I don't know, man. That's a once in a lifetime fish, dude.
Yeah, it was I haven't really told this. It was like one of the last casts. I usually when I go film somebody, I don't really fish too much. There are times when I go, okay, we have certain things that need to be accomplished. So I'm gonna fish. And when you go over to Patrick's house, you have to use everything he has. It's kind of a nightmare. But so he's doing really, really well on that 4-inch loader minnow. And I'm like, let me have one of those. Not like I don't even know how many in the garage, but I didn't bring any. So I start catching like these, as soon as it hits the water, bass after bass after bass. It's like, I'm like, I got the hiccups. I'm on fire, man. And he's like, we're going to go around to this little corner over here and we're going to, check it out. And he and I constantly said, there's tons of bluegill in this pond. I mean, it's like ridiculous amount of bluegill. So I catch another bass. I make a cast. As in midair cast, the lure just like catches like a humongous wind, and it goes shooting off to the right. And I'm like, oh no! I'm like trying to stop it.
Yeah.
And it lands, and I go, and exactly what I say. I go, I hate making bad casts. And Patrick's on the front of the boat. I'm in the back. I twitch it once, and then it was like unbelievable.
Hammered, huh?
Just crushed. So Patrick's like, that is a huge fish. Now, as soon as it happens, the fish head isn't shaking. So I go, I caught a damn mudfish. And he's like, there's no mudfish in here. I'm like, oh, do you have a shovel someplace? Because I know that there is. There's no way there isn't. So out of, this time I'm holding it with one hand and I'm kind of just doing one of these bits, just back and forth, because I want to just wear the fish out because I'm thinking it's a mudfish. I do that 2 or 3 times, and out of nowhere, the fish jumps out of the water. And at that point in time, both Patrick and I swear the same word at the same time. Holy, I mean, like, so he says, don't, because they have paper thin mouths. He says,
Yeah.
don't bring it in.
Yeah.
Don't boat flip it.
Yeah,
Now,
you'll tear the mouth and tear the hooks out and lose it.
My brain only hears boat flip it. That's all I hear.
Oh.
So I turn my rod, and as it comes, I just, and it just comes flying out. Now in midair, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, dude, this
I
thing is
cannot believe you boat flipped
huge.
that thing.
So it lands on the deck, and Patrick literally jumps on top of it. Just flattens his body on top of it. Now he's
oh my
I'm in the
goodness.
back. Oh, I can't see the fish. He says, Stephen, my name's Stephen Allen Chapman. He goes, Stephen Allen Chapman. And I go, let me see it. And then brings it up 21 inches, just like this much under 21 inches.
Holy crap.
If you do the length and the girth and put it together, if you do it that way, it was over 4.5 pounds.
Insane.
So,
21-inch crappie.
And just absolutely insane size. I mean, like, we're like, can't even believe it. Now, at this point in time, we start talking. Look up the Florida back crappie, and let's see if it's a state record. So then Patrick says to me, you realize if we submit this, we have to tell them what pond we're on. And everybody will come out here and fish this. And I said, do I need the pat on the back, or can I just
yes, you need the pat on the back. Listen, friendship only goes so far. And there comes a point. That comes a point where if you have to sacrifice the friendship, sometimes it's got to be done.
So the funniest thing is Sonia, that's the better half of me, she's been making this joke like somebody saw the picture. It is Patrick's private pond, just so we know this. Everyone who's seen the picture that goes to the swimming thing has been like, Steve, that thing's a monster. And Sonia, oh, it's photoshopped. I'm like, oh, don't say this thing to anybody. They're really gonna think it's photoshopped. But
you're a Photoshop master. We're all gonna have to.
That's the one problem I have.
We're gonna all have to assume that because you didn't get it. You didn't get it certified.
So Patrick was with the person who's Patrick's I don't know, CEO or whatever. His name's Barry Stackhouse. He used to be with Weston. Barry and Patrick went and did some ice fishing this past weekend, and they had to go to Bass Pro. And they said they had a black crappie on the wall. And Barry said to Patrick, if you have to guess that fish compared to Steve's, what would you say? Patrick's exact words, Steve's would have eaten that one. And then Barry's like, do you realize what you let go? I'm like, I let it go for the team here. This is,
man.
I have I swear to you, I've thought about this nonstop. How stupid I am as an individual that did this.
I know. I've lost a lot of respect for you over this deal, man.
I can't.
Oh man, oh
It was.
man,
I mean, it ate a
that
4-inch jerkbait.
it's insane. Listen, you are absolutely right. When we were talking the day or two after you caught it, once in a lifetime fish, man.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime, you could fish every day for the rest of your life, and you'll probably never catch one that big again, ever.
So today I get on that lake. I go, can we go back over to that spot right over there? It's like, do you really think that fish is going to eat again? I said, I don't know. I just gotta. So it was.
World record for a black crappie is 5 pounds 7 ounces.
I can't even imagine that one.
A 5-pound crappie? Holy moly!
This
That's
fish fought
insane.
like that was the best part about the catch. It fought so great that it was like, man, it was just awesome. Because those fish kind of get sideways on you.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and it's just, it was awesome. It really was awesome.
Sounds like it, dude.
So,
Wow. So what do you got going on this week?
well, I'm going fishing with Mike again tomorrow. Hopefully, we catch some fish.
Are you doing any videoing or just fishing tomorrow?
We have been videoing. We videoed a whole bunch of stuff on some of the new stuff that's coming out. Like, in all honesty, I did some underwater of the Grunt and the what is that bait? The Grunt with the small camel Craw as a trailer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we got into some really great water, and there's like lily pads, so it should be really, really good video. Really good video.
Nice.
So I did that, and then he just did some, the goal is to catch some fish with the lures and make a video explaining it about what the new stuff is, new stuff coming out. But the fishing is really tough down there in Kissimmee. I mean, everybody we talked to said, there was a shiner guy. He caught one fish for 8 hours down there yesterday.
Really?
I think the full moon probably has a little bit of the problem today. The sun was bad, but the wind was horrible today. Oh. So hopefully it'll all go well. And like I said, I did some video with Patrick too today. So
cool.
Works out. What about you? What have you got any of this month's boxes yet? Like, have you gotten any boxes from subscription stuff this month?
Yeah, I got the fish tools in, and I did a video on it already. And I got my mystery tackle boxes. I got those done, videos on those. I got the Dark Horse tackle in. It came in a couple days ago and did one on that. So I'm letting some of these sub boxes go though. I'm definitely not getting any more lucky boxes because that's a done deal. So
yeah, like I haven't seen Major League Fishing or Bass Baits Monthly yet.
Yeah, I haven't got a Bass Baits Monthly box. I don't know what's going on with them. That I haven't gotten.
Yeah,
so I do have to say the Monster Bass box, this Z-Man Takeover box is pretty legit. Very legit. Very nice box.
Last month, wasn't it?
Well, February technically.
Yeah.
The January box, they did a
lunker hunt.
They did the lunker hunt. Yeah, January was lunker hunt. February was Z-Man.
Yeah.
In fact, my box, I get the multi-species box, and in my box, I had 2 chatterbaits.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah. And a couple other items in there too. It's pretty amazing. It's a good box.
Yeah. The last box I got was Florida Tackle Club, and that just was insane.
I haven't gotten one of those in a long time. I got to find out what's going on with that. His schedule, that's the only thing I'd say negative at all about Florida Tackle Club. I love those, but I don't ever have any idea when one of his is coming. It's
every couple of months. this month with the gillies in there, I actually started using the gilly and
Yeah,
rigged it.
I'd like to try the gilly. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. So I started working on this recently. So, but that box is just unbelievable. You want to actually? Do you want to know what I was throwing today? There you go.
Ah, what a shock! Black and blue chatterbait,
The stealth blade.
the stealth blade jackhammer.
That's what I was throwing all morning.
Man, that's not a very good endorsement if you didn't catch any fish.
Yeah, I just think I think the full moon down here, the change of the weather. I think, I think this week over at St. John's, the first couple days is going to be fire. I think they're going to crush fish. And then I think Saturday and Sunday if you're not, whoever's leading after Friday might win the whole thing. So
cool.
So anyway,
it's funny, because you can get out there and fish and say, man, I figured out the technique. I'm doing great today. And sometimes, so many times, fishing is just about the right conditions.
It really is.
And you can be the best freaking fisherman in the world. Take Mike Iaconelli, one fish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's conditions so many times. It
really is
crazy.
Yeah. You get out there and like today, the wind was just, I mean, it was ridiculous howling. I mean, it was scary howling.
Yeah.
I wasn't joking about like the ride was, I got really scared for the first time.
Huh.
And I mean, bounce and just boom.
Yeah.
Boom, and you're like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
And
I know that feeling, man. I have been there, dude.
And you just say to yourself, okay, let us just get through this. Get to the canal and idle through this as easy as possible, and just that's it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And you hope you can catch them. And well, we'll see what happens this weekend for the elites, and that's it.
Heck yeah. Okay, boys and girls, before we go, if you want to go to Thunderhawk Lures, there's the code one more time for you, Mr. Bass 20. Get 20% off of anything on the website. It's a good deal.
You can save. I mean, imagine on the Cha-Cha Glide, it's like $3.30 or whatever off. So you're getting it for $12.
It's amazing. That's an amazing deal, man, on a super, super great bait.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
That bait works. If you want to see what that bait looks like, I think I did a closer look on that video.
Yes, go check out his closer look video on this thing, man. It's sick.
It really is.
All right, okay. I got to go. I want to hit the sack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower and then put some.
Get the old aloe vera on the nose, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be wearing a whole face guard tomorrow.
No doubt. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a great night, a great week, and Steve, close us out.
Remember, taking kid fishing, get your fish on, and
happy fishing. Bye-bye, everybody.